Hello, Spiritual View family. I'm Jennifer Halliburton with the Awakened Jenn Tarot. I'm a Soulful Revolution certified tarot reader, spiritual advisor, and healing and manifestation coach. And I am one of the hosts for the Spiritual View. And today we're going to be doing an angel messages for us today. And it is going to be over this big shift that I think that we all feel is coming. And so I'm recording this on Sunday, August 18th, knowing that we have just a ton of energy coming in on August 19th, on Monday, August 19th, and this isn't going to be viewed until August 20th. So I feel like there still could be a whole lot that has already happened that may not have happened yet at the time of this recording, but very much there's definitely stuff coming this week, and I think that we all know that. And so I'm doing this reading with that in mind. And so you'll see like the ticker going across at the bottom. And so that's just something that kind of came to me as I was doing this, as I was preparing for this message. So this is really my life verse. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. And so, I mean, I even have an ebook that is called, what is it? For I know the plans I have for you. I can't even remember it now because it's been so long. For I know the plans, but it's based off of this verse, off of Jeremiah 29:11. And I just think that we need to just really remember God has a plan, and we can call it God, creator, source, the universe. I am talking about the same thing, but there is a divine plan in place. And so this week, we're going to be talking with the angels. And so I'm going to be calling in the archangels to help give us the guidance for this week of like just really what do they want us to know? How can they prepare us for this shift that is absolutely happening with this energy? So what messages do they have? So before we get completely into this reading, let's go ahead and take 3 deep breaths together and do the invocation to call in the spirit team. So if you'll close your eyes and take in 3 breaths with me. All right, breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in archangels Michael, Raphael, Ariel, Uriel, Azrael, Gabriel, to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. Only messages for our highest good. So be it. All right. So I've already pulled the cards for this reading, and I'm going to go ahead and go through them now. And so the first card that I pulled it with my Angel Guide Oracle. And let's just go ahead and add this to the screen. So the overall energy for this week is sacred plan. And so, I mean, this is just an big reminder that no matter what happens this week, this is part of the divine plan. So we don't have to worry. Everything is going according to the divine orchestration that was already in place. And so it's taking this whole transformative energy, and you see just like this whole swirling shift around the person here in this card, and it's just kind of showing us, just like it's almost like this transportation. Like if you watch Star Trek, it's like this transportation to this whole new reality. All right, so I'm going to actually read this card. This card doesn't represent the plan that God has for your life, more the plan that comes to the fruition based on your intentions and your highest good. You have been given the incredible gift of free will, and therefore your thoughts, deeds, actions, and intentions are in some way going out into the universe and curating the experiences, opportunities, and energies that are flowing in and out of your life. When this card appears, you are being encouraged to move into a state of surrender, where you recognize that yes, your intentions have an impact on the creation of your life, but how those intentions unfold is not down to you, but in the hands of God. The divine plan is your intentions unfolding in a way that God, the universe, feels is for your growth and for the highest good. Know that every experience you have been through in your life has been a way marker for your journey towards growth and expansion, and your angels are acknowledging your growth now. If you are trying to force a plan into action, the angelic guidance is to back down and to trust in the greater good. Often, when something isn't happening for us, we're frustrated, but that's only because we don't see that our perfect plan is unfolding. When your ideas or plans go wrong, trust that the universe has a greater plan for you. And that greater plan isn't something that has already been chosen for you. It's more of a culmination of all of your life's intentions, prayers, and actions washing back towards you with the opportunities and experiences. Call on your angels to light up the path ahead. You may feel that you are facing the unknown, but know that you are always guided and protected. And so, I was already getting this feeling that this connected so much to the energy forecast that I did for my channel this week, in which I can link that down in the description box below. So I think that we all know that this week was going to bring some pretty life-changing events globally for us. And so I feel like that this guidance is really that big. It's looking at it from that big of a level, is that the things that are happening, around us right now may have us thinking that things are off course, but they're really on the divine course. They're on the divine plan. And so, the one part that I liked about it, it was the collective intentions, because that's the part that I connected with my energy forecast that I had brought out in the energy forecast, is that where we are today was part of our collective intentions, but it was based through our fears. We created the world that we see around us based through the fear, based through our lens of fear, our perspective of fear. So everything that we were doing was trying to keep us safe, was out of protection, prevention, all of those things. It was out of fear. We didn't do things because we wanted to do it. We didn't do it because we felt like it was something we felt called to do. We did it because we were afraid, and we wanted to, usually we're protecting our possessions. It's usually a form of trying to protect our things, the things that we think belong to us, but knowing that nothing actually belongs to us, while everything actually belongs to us. You don't take anything with you, but you have all of the opportunity ahead of you. And so I think that's part of what we are learning to let go of during this time, is we're learning what is truly valuable to us, what is truly ours, what is actually ours, because it's not outside of us. There is nothing outside of us that we can actually own and attain. Everything that is ours is within us. Okay, so everything is going according to the divine plan. And so we've got to keep our thoughts in that space of knowing everything is okay. Everything is going according to the divine plan. And so no matter how it looks, even if it doesn't look the way that we think it should look, because that's what this message is kind of feeling like it's saying, is that things aren't going to work the way we think that they should be working. They're going to work the way that they're supposed to work, for the greatest good of all. Everything is shifting to get us to our divine collective intentions. So collectively, we've been crying out that the way that things are not working. And so those prayers have been heard. And so we are bringing in the new systems, but the old systems have to fall away. And so that's the part that, if you're not looking at it through that lens of love, where we're headed, because love is where we're headed. The life that we love, the new earth, is where we're headed. If you don't look at it through that lens of love, and you just keep holding on to this fear, the reality that we created through this lens of fear, that's the part that's going to make this transition the hardest for you, because it's going to feel scary because of the perception that you're looking at it through, the lens that you're looking at it through. But everything is going according to the divine plan. Okay. So the next card is how the angels feel about us at this time. And we got the Four of Pentacles. And, I thought something was interesting when I was just looking at this card, in which this is the Alice in Wonderland deck. And let me just say, I just felt called to using this deck this week because I feel like that there are like hidden illusions this week that we're really going to have to trust our intuition to really see what's truly going on, behind the scenes. I feel like that there's something here that is like what we view as right is actually wrong, and what we view as wrong is actually right. What is black is actually white. What is white is actually black. That there's something, what is up is actually down. But what was interesting about this card in particular was, do you see that half of the card here is awake, half the card is asleep? And so, when I'm answering, how do the angels feel about us at this time? They understand. Half of us understand really what's going on. Half of us have awakened to the higher reality of what is actually going on, but half of us are still asleep. And so I feel like that there is some compassion that is being given for the ones that are still asleep, because we understand they're not going to know what's going on. The people whose eyes are awake, they see what's happening. They can see it from the higher level perspective. And you see it's even higher up on that card. So the ones who are awake, they understand. They are looking and they see this coming, and they're not afraid of it. They understand what's happening. They understand why it's happening. But that lower level here, the 3D, they're still asleep. They're not even going to see this coming. So like they're going to be so startled and shaken, they're not going to know what to do. And so it's going to be really important for this higher level who has been awake through this, who does see what's happening and does know what's going on, to be there to help support and guide this lower level as, we do continue to wake up, as they are jolted awake. Okay. So see, the upper level is already awake. So whatever this is not going to surprise this upper level. This upper level is seeing it coming. This lower level here that is still asleep, they're not going to know. I mean, they're not going to see it coming. So it's just going to be just this huge shock. And just think about what that feels like when you just get suddenly woken up. This is how this is going to feel. So it's going to be highly important. And so the angels, they're seeing this. They're seeing the importance of the higher level, the ones that are already awake. And when I'm saying that, this is not a hierarchy as one is better than the other. This is the differentiation between the two right now. Is this 5D level is a higher level of awareness, higher level of consciousness, higher level of understanding. More is opened up to you. You just understand more than what you do here. It's just a much more closed in space. It's not better. It's not worse. It's just more expanded. And so it's going to be really important. The angels are saying it's really important for this upper level to really own that space right now, and to hold that space and to help guide the way for these ones that are about to be jolted awake. Okay. So the next card is Michael's message to us through this shift, and it's connected with our life purpose. And so the card that came out was the Queen of Swords. And I thought this was a really interesting interpretation of this card, because this is a little child really giving it to, the leaders, and so like, I feel like that there's a rise in power. There's a flip in power. So this is part of the flip that I was feeling, when I was trying to say the up and down, that what is right is wrong, and what is wrong is right, and what is up is down, and what is down is up. This is what I'm talking about. There's some sort of flip in power here. And so Michael's message with the Queen of Swords is about being very decisive, being very clear. And so this isn't a time about wobbling about what you believe is, true for you and what is not true for you. So this is about really speaking your truth, owning your truth. And this is also just showing like how powerful you really are. Like that this is a child here standing up. And when she stands in her power, I mean, she can overpower anybody, around her, just standing in that power. You have the power to overtake even the most intimidating of opponents. And so, I mean, I just feel like that there's this shift coming, and that I think that even in this collectively, that this is almost like the underdogs rising. And so there is a protection here that I feel, coming from Michael. I felt Michael's energy close all week. For the past 2 weeks, probably, I've just been really feeling, drawn to his energy, and I've been like connected with a lot of Michaels, and just that name has just continued to show up around me. And so I just feel very much like he is making his presence very known at this time, just so that we know how protected we really are. That this is not taking, the spirit world by surprise. Everything that is coming, they've seen it coming. They've been giving us the guidance, and this is just the go time. This is the things they've been talking about. And this is just now the go time for this. So I just think that, we've just got to be very wise. The Queen of Swords is very wise. She doesn't wobble. You've got to know what you believe right now, and you've got to stand on your beliefs. Right. So the next message is coming from Archangel Raphael. So Archangel Raphael's message is for our heart healing. So we've got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is about our commitments. And so I'm actually going to read this card to us first before I put together the full message. So where is this at? The Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is typically about celebration too, but it's about our commitments. Okay. The Four of Wands is an exciting celebratory card suggesting that you have a cause to throw a fun tea party of your own very soon. This could be a family reunion, housewarming party, birthday, or a celebration for another milestone in your life. Enjoy this exciting time with friends and loved ones. And so I think that is the message, is that we need to find things to celebrate at this time when things are looking, bleak or scary or just unknown. I think that this is really important for us to find the things to celebrate. Find all look at all the things that it listed out. There's all of these little moments that are happening all the time. And especially as we are headed into the season that we're in, just try to stay focused on the positive things that are still happening. Even when life gets kind of a little bit down, all of these other moments are still happening, and you don't ever get these moments back. So as we are looking into, we've got the school season just started, and then we're going to go into Halloween, and then we have Thanksgiving. And I'm in the United States, so I'm telling the United States holidays that I know of. And then we have Christmas. So that's all the big holidays. But then even in my own personal situation, I have 2 sons in the next month that are going to be having birthdays. And, it's just like there's multiple things that are still coming up that can still be celebrated. And I'm sure that there are other things that I don't even know about that can still be celebrated. So I think that this is the message from Raphael, is that we have to find those little moments to celebrate. It doesn't even have to be the big deal moments. Just find the moments to celebrate. We're going to need to be focused on the joy. There is still joy to be found, no matter how bleak the moment is. There's blessings to be found in every single situation. So that's going to be the thing. It's going to be very important to stay focused on the things that we do have to celebrate, counting our blessings. All right, so the next message is coming from Ariel. So Ariel's message is about our work and finances, and it's really about how we bring in our abundance. And so the Queen of Pentacles, and I really love the depiction on this card too, for the Queen of Pentacles because she's taking care of her nest. She's taking care of what is hers. And so I think that we are going to be in a season where we're really going to have to take care of what we already have, like that what we already have, finding the value in what we already have. So there may be a lean time coming. So we may have to find the abundance in what we already have and take really good care of what we already have. And so I really like that it's got just this very nurturing, nesting, energy in that card. And it's just, that's how we're going to have the most abundance, is look at what you already have. You already have a lot of abundance in your life already. And so make sure that you're valuing what you already have first. And, just take care of everything that you have right now. So I think that this is going to be maybe a little bit of penny pinching kind of moments. We're going to have to be mindful of our finances for a little bit, but we do have enough. Take care of what you have. You do have enough. That's just the overall, like what I'm getting is just like, you've got more than what you realize already. You have more than what you realize already. Just make sure that you're taking care of what you already have. Value what you already have. Because it's going to be really important, because like there may be a time where it's not going to be as easy to get the things that you already have right now. Now, this isn't like a call to be hoarding. That's not what I'm like. We're not going back to the toilet paper situation. We're not doing that. You already have enough. Be creative, be innovative. Look at what you already have. Work with what you already have first, because there's a ton of abundance there. Okay. So the next message is from Uriel. So Uriel's message is, what actions do we need to take at this time? So we have the Strength card, and there's not a whole lot of explanation that needs to even come with the Strength card. I mean, that's just really it. It's going to be a tough few months. That's what I'm getting, a tough few months. I don't feel like this is going to be years and years. I feel like that there's a tough season ahead of us, and the astrology supports that. And so that's something that we're just going to need to just power our way through. We do have the strength to get through this, and I feel like our strength is going to come from just understanding that this is happening for our greatest good. So just keep coming back to this line that's going across the bottom of the screen. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Like, that's a very important message for this time. It's just to keep focused. There is a plan, and it's plans to prosper us, not to harm us. Plans to give us hope and a future. And I think that the way things have been going for quite some time have left a lot of people feeling very hopeless. And so the hope is returning. The future, the hope for our future is returning. And we've just got to hold on to this during this time. We've got to stay strong during this time and know that this is the things that just have to happen. We created the society that we have right now. And in order to create a new one, the old one has to fall away so that we have space for the new one to rise in. Okay, so the next message is from Azrael. So Azrael's message is, what do we need to release? The King of Cups. So this one kind of perplexed me a little bit, but I'm connecting it a lot with the image that's on this card. So the image on this card is of a doorknob, but I just kind of get, well, why would we want to release the King of Cups energy? Because King of Cups energy feels very mature to me. It's very emotionally mature. But one of the things that it could be is it could be a doormat. And so that's what I was pulling from, just the picture in this card, is that what we need to release is this doormat energy. And if we really go back, let me pull up this card right here. I mean, this girl is not being a doormat at all. So I do feel like there's some sort of rise in power. Again, that's flipping of the power system in this too for me. But we're not going to be a doormat. That's what I'm getting. The thing that needs to be released is, yes, we need to have compassion and empathy, but don't let the empathy take us down, the wrong path. Don't let your empathy, because empathy can be destructive if it's not got good boundaries around it. Empathy without boundaries can be very self-destructive. And so I think that that's the thing that we're being asked here, is like, we've got to release some of the empathy, because we might be looking at some people, all people have good, yes, but some people, their goal is more on the side of darkness, and they're leading us down this path of darkness. And if we want the light to overcome the dark, we cannot look at everybody as though they have the same intentions and purposes as us. And so, like, that's something that I did learn just in this past week. It's just that there is, this whole group of people that have incarnated with the, through the darkness, through that, like, that's their actual goal and intention, is to grow and expand in the darkness. And then it's the opposite, of what is, growing and expanding in the light. And so anybody that's connected with me, you're going to be growing and expanding in the light. But there is a whole group of people who their whole purpose is to expand the darkness. And so if we look at everybody as though they are all the same, but they all same intentions, that's how our empathy is going to take us over. Because those people who are looking to expand the darkness, the way they're looking to expand the darkness is through power and control. Whoever has the most power, whoever can control the most, that's how we expand our darkness. That's how we expand and become unified through that. I mean, literally, that's how they're becoming unified, because everybody, whoever has the most power, everybody lines up under that one person. So this is a vertical line of power, right? Through the darkness. A vertical line of finding unity is through the darkness. And so they have their own purpose that they are going after, versus, the ones for the light. It's a horizontal unity that we are looking for, is that we want to unify horizontally, because we see value in every single person and thing in creation. So the darkness, theirs is just like your own, personal. This is where you find your value. This is the only value, is right here, vertical value. But the light is all encompassing. So we're being asked to really be more in tune to those energies, the ones who are really promoting the darkness versus the ones who are promoting the light. Because the ones who are promoting the darkness do not deserve the type of empathy that we in the light are really capable of giving. They aren't trying to expand the same purpose. If we go into their purpose, then it's almost like a black hole. It's like a black hole in space. And so it's just absorbing in. The closer you allow yourself, the more that you allow yourself to get absorbed into that darkness, because that's how powerful they become, the more that they're able to get people to align with this one purpose. And so we can't give the same level of empathy to all. We've got to have some level of discernment in us to know who's actually aligned with the same mission of bringing in the light, of expanding the light and unifying the light. Okay, so the next message is from Gabriel. So Gabriel's message is, what truth needs to be revealed? And we have the Empress. And so this one took me a minute, because like this card came out in my energy forecast too. And the way that I felt it was just like, because this Empress card doesn't look like any of the Empress cards. It doesn't give me the feeling of any other Empress card that I have. So the Empress on this card is actually a villain. And so there's something that is just, I've connected with that, is that something is not as it appears. Again, something is not as it appears. But the message of the Empress. So what truth needs to be revealed? And so, what truth needs to be revealed? And I just said something is not as it appears. And so this feels, so the Empress, the type of rulership that this Empress had was it wasn't nurturing at all. It wasn't feminine at all. Like it was more of an emperor type of controlling. It was very narcissistic type of controlling. And so I feel like there's just something with that. There's something about the Empress is not the Empress showing up in masculine energy. There's an illusion here. The illusion is the Empress. But the Empress is actually showing up in masculine energy. What truth needs to be revealed? The Empress it's just the Empress is not what the Empress is not what it appears. The Empress is not what it appears. Let me see if I can get some more information about it. So we have the the Ace of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. Right, so the Ace of Cups it's a new relationship. And they're laying out a certain level of expectations. But it's actually going to take a whole lot more work to pull off than what I think that I think that's part of the illusion. Is that, okay, so it's this new relationship. So there's some new person that's coming into our awareness, okay? And this feels, so I'm just going to be honest, this feels very big and political to me. It really does feel political, and I don't like talking about politics. But so there's someone who's coming into leadership that, like, they're appearing to be one thing, but they're not. So they're appearing to be kind and nurturing, and like, I've got this vision for the future that looks like this. Okay, like that's the thing. That's the illusion. Is that they're sharing that there's the vision for the future. Here's how this is going to look, and it looks great. It looks like it's just this wonderful, beautiful creation. It looks very kind and nurturing, and like it's going to take care of everyone. That's the vision that they're pouring out, the expectation that they're pouring out. But the reality is that it actually is going to take a whole lot more work than what they're telling us in the front end of this. That's actually going to take, just a lot of effort to really pull off what they're saying. And so, and then also there's just something here about their intentions, like, because I'm getting the Empress with the masculine energy. It's like they're coming across, they're trying to show you one mask that I'm this, and this is how I am, this, like, I'm caring, I'm nurturing, like that's the mask. Is the Empress energy is the mask, but actually underneath is that Emperor energy that's not balanced with the Empress. That is the my way or the highway. It's very controlling, that's the power hungry. So there's something here, this, like, the way they're saying it, you're going to have to use your intuition. The way that it's being laid out, this person is not as they appear. Whatever they're saying, the expectation they're saying is not as they appear. So take that however that is resonating for you, but don't try to force anything. Don't try to force it to be anything. Just let it play out however it's going to play out. You're using your intuition to know what to do with it. All of this information is just being given to you so that you have the awareness. so that when it shows up, you know what to do with it. It's not to scare you. It's not to try to force you to believe one thing or the other. It's just to give you expanded awareness of, oh, this is what's kind of out here in the energy field that might be going on. So just take it just kind of as that. Don't try to force it into anything. But there is something here that's going to need your intuition. There's some sort of mask. There's a mask that is being like presented here. It's being presented as one thing that sounds like it's going to be really good, really great and nurturing. But there's something behind the intentions. There's something that's behind the scenes, like the intentions. Maybe it is a really good idea. Maybe it is a really good idea, and it will. Okay, so coming back to this verse that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So it could be something that like it does get implemented and it is a great idea. And maybe because they had originally bad intentions, it does end up getting used for the good. It does end up getting used for the good. But this person, it's the person that we're kind of like, that's where the inspection comes in. That's where the intuition is needed, is about this person and their intentions. Okay. Because, I mean, it also connect back to this. We're talking about this person right here. Connect back to Archangel Michael. Who are they putting in their place? So that's why I'm just like, this person, there's something about this person right here that we're going to have to be very mindful of. And again, just take that as it resonates. All right. So what is our best move forward this week? We have Ten of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Cups. So the Ten of Swords is, there's something that we do need to let go of. I think there's an old way of life. An old way of life is ending because there's something about our belief systems here with the Hierophant. And it's like, even like the trust that we put into these higher ups, is like, there's something here. Our belief systems are getting shattered though this week. There's something about our belief systems that are getting shattered this week, but it is for our good. With the Nine of Cups, that is for our good. That's a gift that is being given to us from God. It is the divine plan. It is to get us to our highest timeline. All right, so I've got the Golden Future cards that I wanted to pull. So can you kind of tell us, what is our expectation? Where are we headed? Show us where we are headed. And I'm going to change the view. So where are we headed collectively in this shift? Where are we headed collectively through this shift? Oh. Okay. That was not expected for me. We have dragon. Okay. Dragons. Send dragons to heal the world. And so one thing that I noticed right away is it's a 29 card, and then you add 2 and 9 together and you get 11. So 29, 11. So that message is resounding again. But send dragons. Send dragons to heal the world. Okay, so what in the world about these dragons? Let's find out. This is a 29. In the golden future, dragons will regain their rightful position in the consciousness of humanity. They will be recognized as wise beings, healers, and guardians of the ancient wisdom held in the land. These winged beings are of the angelic realms, though they work on different frequency bands from angels and unicorns. They have served valiantly since the birth of the earth to cleanse and protect our planet. As we move forward, earth, air, and fire dragons will continue to clear any energies that are not fully fifth dimensional around people and within the earth. Water dragons will carry on spreading Christ's light through the rivers and the oceans. As the frequency of the earth rises, their services will be acknowledged. Dragons from the stars and planets will share their light and wisdom to help us, and they will be welcomed and heard. In the new golden age, the wise, open-hearted dragons will be respected and revered. This card reminds you that dragons are incredibly important for the future of our planet and for you as an individual. Once you connect with your personal dragon, it is totally loyal to you and loves you completely. Ask it to protect you and to clear your path each day. This is also a call to service. Dragons cannot act without your direction because of free will. So send earth dragons to clear ley lines so they can flow with the light. Ask fire dragons to burn up and transmute anything no longer needed. Direct air dragons to blow away the past and blast minds open to enlightenment. Ask water dragons to keep Christ's light flowing wherever it is needed. Lord Abraham, an aspect of El Moria, is a great dragon master. If you wish to connect more with dragons, ask him to guide you. So this is not something that I know much about at all, but I have heard of several people that were opening up to dragons this year, to their actual dragon lineage this year. And so, I mean, it does kind of make sense that if that's kind of what their purpose is, as like we're kind of clearing out the space. And so I've said in one of my past energy forecasts that we are there, like that we kept waiting to get there, and we are there. We are now there. And so, like, now all of this other stuff is going to start opening up. Things that we have never believed would actually happen in our reality are going to start happening in our reality. You know, things that we thought were just myths or fiction are actually we're going to start realizing that was actually, there was some truth to that. There was something real about that. And so I do feel like that there's just going to be magic that's opening up all around us. It could be in the form of dragons, and you could be seeing and experiencing your own dragon energy that it's talking about here. Or you could be seeing other things. I just feel like the magical experiences are going to become more and more normal as we continue to ascend and rise collectively, as the planet continues to ascend and rise. I think that we're just going to continue to just see more just magic in our everyday lives. And it's not going to seem so, I don't ever want it to lose the magic. I don't want it to ever lose that just awe-inspiring, because I think that that's what kind of helps raise our vibration, is when we see it happen, and just the of taking it in. I don't ever want to lose that. But I think that it's going to become way more normal and natural for all of us. And like, that's one of the other things that I've also felt compelled to say a lot, is that I know that as people watch us on the spiritual view, and they see us using all of these different talents, a lot of times they'll look at themselves, well, I don't have anything, but you do have something. Every single person watching this is connected in some way to source. You have a way of getting this divine information as well. It's just you haven't been taught. You haven't been taught to even know how to look for these things. We've been told that certain things were wrong to even to look into. And so that's part of what we're trying to do here on this channel, is to help open you up to so we're pulling back the curtain from the things that have once been considered scary, dark or scary. We're pulling back the curtain and bringing light to it so that you can see what's really going on and what's really back here and available to you. And it's not just available, like I said, to special ones. It's available to every single one of us. And so that magic is part of what's going to continue to start opening up. And so just expect to see it. Just expect to see it, because that also is part of how your reality starts shifting. Is what are you even expecting? What is your expectation even allowing to show up into your reality? All right, so I'm going to close us out with the Art of Manifestation Oracle. So what can we do to help bring in our manifestations this week? Take action now. So take action now. Just kind of feeling this energy right here. It's time to stand our ground, not be a doormat. This is a clear and unequivocal message that action on your part is needed now. Manifestation is not simply a process of visioning in and dreaming about your desires. When an opportunity is offered to you, you must also take action. Pay attention to the signs and move forward fearlessly. Okay, so the actions that we are taking as light workers is, we have called this in. We have called this shift in. And so the action that's needed on our part is to hold the line, is to hold the vibration, is to hold that space so that the rest can rise with us. It's coming back to this energy right here. We are this line up here. We were already awake and aware that this was coming. We were seeing it from that higher level perspective. And so now it's time to, help bring that awareness, share that awareness with everyone around us. So that's the action. We are being called into action as light workers at this time. Like I have felt that. I have felt that. Like I have felt like all of the astrology of this year, especially just with the Pluto moving into Aquarius, I do feel like that was really bringing us in this new energy, this new wave of energy. Because Aquarius is all about innovation. It's really kind of plowing down the way of the old and bringing in the new. So, I feel like the shift was already in motion. And then I just saw the rest of the astrology was all about really getting us into our own personal alignments. And it's really been loud about activating us into our personal missions, our purpose and mission. So I feel like that light workers are absolutely being called into action right now. You are called into mission right now. You are being called to really stand and hold your ground, to let your light shine very brightly into this world right now, because things are going to be feeling very dark and uncertain and unclear. And our light is the part that's bringing the clarity to the rest of the world. Our light is what's shining on all of the dark and scary spaces. So, that's the part that is needed so much right now for the light workers, is just really stand up and shine bright and not let the fear dim your light. Not let the fear dim your light. It's time to take action. The light workers have been called into action. All right. So I'm going to close us out there. Wow. These have been just some very powerful messages for me this week. Any of the messages I've done about this week have just been super, super huge energy. So I do want to thank you for taking this time with me, spending your day with me, and letting me share these angel messages with you. I'm trying to find this slide here. So, oops, let me pull it back to here. Okay. So I just want to remind you what we have going on this channel. So we have our daily videos. So of course I have Tuesdays, every day of the week, we have a different reader. So we have 7 readers, 7 days. We've all picked a day minus Tuesdays, and I go back and forth between angel messages and Twin Flame Tuesday. So this is your angel message week. Next week will be Twin Flame Tuesday. Be sure to check out each of the videos that these ladies are doing. We have just so much talent on this team. You're not going to be just like, oh my gosh, you're going to be blown away with each one. All right. So we also have our live card pulls. So on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern and Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, we get together, whichever ladies can get together, and we usually have, a little bit of chat to begin with, and then we start pulling cards for the readers. And we've been trying to find our system. It's kind of like an evolution at this moment. as we're trying to figure out how this works best for everyone. So right now, we're trying to just kind of pull intuitively. So if you show up to these readings, if you will put in the comments on the live chat what your question is, then we're scanning the chat just all throughout the reading. And so anything that we're feeling drawn to, like particular questions may, pull one reader versus the other. And then we're all kind of talking behind the scenes to like, okay, I'll pull for this one, you can pull for this one, so that we're coordinating and we're getting as many in as we possibly can get. Because I mean, these are as a service to you, but I mean, we also enjoy just the connection that we're getting. And I feel like that even when we're doing just a personal, like answering a personal question, the information is actually information that is being used collectively. And so that's why like we usually try to find questions that can expand collectively, like whatever the guidance is for this situation, there's usually somebody else going through something very similar, so you can get guidance out of that as well, value out of that as well. So check those out Mondays and Fridays. And then the last thing is that we have our monthly episodes. It's the third Friday of the month at 6 p.m. Eastern. This month we actually did just the Lionsgate event instead of having that third Friday. But we do a monthly giveaway during that session. So our last Fun Friday, we are asking if you want to be entered for the monthly giveaway. Go comment on our last Fun Friday video, and we will be doing that drawing this coming Friday. All right, I think I got everything out. Hope you guys are just managing this as best as you can. So just know that it's normal to feel nervous. It's normal to feel scared, but don't let the feelings cause you to react. Let this information help you to respond. Help you to know how to respond. Don't react. I think react needs to be something like you need to keep that in mind. We're not reacting. We are responding. You have the information. You have the heads up. Here's what we need to do with this. We know that we're moving towards better days, and we're keeping that vision. We're keeping that vision, and we're helping other people see that vision too. That's the light we're shining. We're helping them see, here's the vision of where we're headed. This is why this stuff is happening, because this is where we're going. All right, I'm going to close it out there. If you have found value in this, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel. You'd hit the bell for notifications. It lets you know every time we post new videos. You can like, comment, share. It helps tell the algorithm to keep pushing this to more people, helps to grow the channel, and we greatly appreciate it. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time. Have a great week. Bye.